take a new road. Stupid Thursday no more, plus the new TV formats.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to the Hopefulist. Today, Thursday, September 10th, 2020. That's right, it's Thursday. We always talk about poor Thursday. Nobody likes a Thursday. Thursdays are stupid. But you know what? That has all changed starting today. You know why? Because it's football night in America. That's right, people. The Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the Texans tonight. NBC. Be there or be square. Anyone going to be watching the game? I probably will not stay up for the entire game, but man, am I looking forward to watching some real football. A couple more days till my Eagles play. Who are you rooting for? Who's your team? Tell me and I will try to follow along with you. Can't forget about the quote of the day. Today's quote comes from Hans Christian Andersen. The whole world is a series of miracles, but we're so used to them that we call them everyday things. That's when gratitude comes into play. Gratitude helps you realize that the small things aren't so small. So I've been watching some of the new programming that has started. Kelly and Ryan on live, back in studio, thank goodness. I could not stand them talking over each other when they were both in their own homes via computer. So they were in a studio, back in studio yesterday, an empty studio, just a couple of their producers and so on in the studio with them. I didn't really sit down and watch it. I just kind of was getting some things done and watching at it in the background. So I know that they appear at points to be pretty far apart. They had somebody else in studio with them that was demonstrating something, and they were at a distance. I don't know if all of the guests are going to be virtual. I'm gonna watch today and pay a little closer attention so I can report back. But it was pretty bad when they were both at home, and they just talked all over each other, and then they would stop, and nobody would talk, and it was bad. And unfortunately, one of my guilty pleasures, one of my indulgences, one of the shows that I just love, has decided to go all virtual for the time being, since COVID is still in our faces. This would be the People's Court. Yes, all virtual. Now, the only people that are actually in the courtroom is the bailiff. And I believe Doug is still outside in the hallway. The plaintiff and the defendant are virtual. The judge also virtual. And then they've added a new feature where they've brought on Judge Marilyn Million's husband, and they have a little bit of a discussion about their interpretations of the cases and their interpretations of the law. So I think they're only doing 2 cases per show now, as opposed to the 3 they used to do. Yeah, I'm not loving it. Because again, the problem, people talking all over each other because you don't really, there's always a little bit of a delay with when you actually say something and the person hears you. So they're still talking when you interrupt, and then when you realize they're talking, you stop, and then they've stopped because you didn't stop, and now nobody's talking. It's a mess. It's just a mess. So we're hoping that things start to calm down and get back to normal a little bit. I just need a little bit of television now, okay? Summer's just about over. I need some of my shows now. I don't watch TV all summer long, but it's almost fall, and I'm ready. I'm ready for some football. I'm ready to hunker down and watch me a little television. So let's get this stuff started right, people. Let's do it. I don't know. We'll see how the rest of everything pans out. I don't know who all is going virtual, who all is going to be back in studio, but all will reveal itself in good time. Today's topic is about technology. Yes. Are you a jump on the bandwagon? New tech, you're first in line, or do you wait for your old stuff to just wear on out? Megan says, actually, I just upgraded to the iPhone 11 Max 2.5 weeks ago. The rep we always deal with said, if you want to wait another month, the new phone is coming out. I heard that sometime in October, the iPhone 12 will be out. She said, Megan said, nope, I'm not interested in that. So I jumped on a 6S, jumped from a 6S to an 11. Yeah, we went from the 6S to the 10. And I believe this is the last month was the last month for our deal that we're either going to have to purchase the phone or pay exorbitant payments. I think what we may do is switch carriers. Honestly, I just don't even know what else to do. I do not want to pay $35 a month for a phone. I don't want to pay $650 to $1,000 for a new phone. I will be shopping around. Jody says, wait, I have an iPhone 7. She said, I'm still paying for my daughter's iPhone 10. Then maybe I'll upgrade. That is. Michelle says, I wait for mine to wear out. I can't afford these new gadgets when they come out. It's too expensive. Carolyn said, wait, my iPhone is from 2012. What? I said, it still works? She said, yep, and I love it. It's small and paid for. You know, Joe and I ended up ultimately upgrading to the iPhone 10 because the iPhone 6 that we had just kind of slowed down a whole lot. Now, they had come out with there was some sort of issue with the batteries being automatically slowed down, and they did offer new batteries, and we probably could have gone that route. But, you know, we went ahead and upgraded, so we'll have to see what happens now. Linda says, I can't wait to see the new watch. I'm overdue for that. iPhone, I have the 10. I'll probably wait for the 12. Yeah, that'll be out soon. Lisa said, I just bought the 11 Pro Max last week. I like to wait, but my old phone needed to go. Jennifer says, I just got the new Apple Watch Series 5 for my birthday in July. Congratulations. Cheryl says she waits. John says he waits for his to wear out. And Kimberly also agrees that she waits for hers to wear out. I never jump on the latest anything. I always, it's nice to have. I don't even know anymore what version of the iPad I have. And I'm beginning to wonder now. I was talking a little bit about yesterday. I'm not really into the watch that much. I'm wondering if you're either watch or iPad. Because it just seems to me the people who were talking about the watch talked about their watch and their phone, but nothing about the iPad. Joe and I depend on our iPad a lot. We've had iPads since the second version came out in 2011. Because I remember it was our first Christmas together, and we got each other an iPad. And now it's just one of those things, kind of like with a computer or a phone or what have you, when it breaks or stops working, you just got to go get a new one. You just need it. It's become ingrained in our everyday lives. So I know it hasn't been too terribly long since I bought an iPad. I think Joe's is pretty old, though. He doesn't seem to be having any trouble with it. I had one time dropped my iPad on the tile floor, and it shattered. And I went to one of those places where they repair the screen. I recommend to not do that because the price was like $150 to get the screen replaced. And I think at the time, there must have been some kind of deal going on, because I remember talking to the guy at the repair place saying, I can get a brand new iPad for $300. So, and he's like, I know. But I went ahead and I got it fixed, and it was never the same. It wasn't on straight. There was something underneath the screen, like a hair or a fuzzy or something, which drove me absolutely bonkers. And it wasn't placed on properly. It kind of one edge stood out. And then I had to buy an OtterBox, which was another $60. So now we're up to over $200 to fix the screen on my old iPad. And then what ended up happening is it was so tough to get the home button to work with the OtterBox. I ended up breaking the home button because I had to press so hard. It was a nightmare. My advice, my tip to you, if you break your screen on your iPad, just go for the new one. It's not going to be worth it, because within a year I had to buy a new iPad anyway, because it is just the home button. Once the home button goes, you're done. It's over. So, yeah, we definitely wait until we absolutely need something. I do have to say, I do fancy myself this Air, this Mac Air that I got. I don't even know what it's called. I got the Mac laptop. And I plan on having this bad boy for a good old long time, though. I'll tell you that much. Because I'm still paying for it. That's right. So anyway, on to today's blog post. We're talking about going in your own direction, taking a new road, thinking outside the box. Yes, persistence. That's what we've been talking about all month. It can be tough to keep going. It can feel like you're getting nowhere and cause you to lose momentum. This may be a good time to shake things up. Try something you've never tried before to get you the results you are looking for. People all tend to do things in the same way, just because that's the way it's always been done and how most people do it doesn't mean it will work for you. It doesn't mean it's the best route for you. Explore what will work for you and how can you make it your own. Just because people have success doing something one way doesn't mean that is the only way. Take losing weight. There's a million different ways to make that happen. There's a million different diets. You have to figure out the best way it will work for you. You have to set yourself up for success. I love my girl Rachel Hollis, but she talks about eating food she doesn't like in order to fuel her body the way she wants to. Totally disagree with this. I think there are plenty of healthy foods that you already like that you can concentrate on. Or at least find something you don't hate and you can learn to like it more and more. This happened recently with me and avocados. I didn't really dig them at first, but within a few days, now I can't start my day without avocados. Yeah, that's right. I jumped on the avocado toast bandwagon. It didn't really take long for me to learn to love it once I gave it a chance. Rachel still drinks a green smoothie every day, and she hates it. But it fills her up and gives her the nutrients and energy she is looking for. She also goes on about how much she hates salmon, but forces it down. I personally love salmon, but I didn't always. That was one of those things where the first time I had it, I'm like, not horrible, not great. Had it another time. After 3 or 4 times, now I love it. It's one of my favorite meals. But if I didn't love it, I would find another fish to eat or something equally as healthy. I also drink smoothies, but they're not green. Not so far. I basically use a banana, some peanut butter, and almond milk. It's maybe just a little bit of extra because I used to just eat a banana with some peanut butter smudged on it. Now I just make it into a smoothie. Much more delicious that way. Goes down pretty fast. Maybe I'll start putting some spinach in there at some point. I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, still pretty healthy for the most part and way better than a donut or a bagel. It's the same when it comes to exercise. Don't try to force yourself to do things you hate, or guess what? You won't do them. If you hate to run, then don't. Try dancing or Pilates or yoga. Play sports, pickleball. I know a lot of people who walk every day. I really don't enjoy just walking. I much prefer to bike or kayak or weightlift or even do my home cardio workouts. If I ever get back to the gym, I may pick up the elliptical trainer again. But you may also want to try things to see if maybe you feel differently than you used to. I need to really get out there and walk a little bit more. Plus, the dog would love it. Once it gets colder, bike riding is pretty much out, but I can still go for a quick walk. I don't think I'm much of a runner either, but maybe I should give it a go. See how I feel after. Our tastes and preferences change over the years, so give all things a shot. If you really don't enjoy it, then don't do it anymore. Yes, it's that simple. How about when it comes to your routine? Is it time to shake that bad boy up? Do you rush to get out of the house every day? What might happen if you gave yourself an extra 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, to enjoy a quiet cup of coffee and maybe write in your gratitude journal? What if you waited an extra hour when you got to work to check your email so you can plan out your day first and get the most important thing crossed off your list? Because here's the thing. Once you check your email, you are now responding to other people's needs. Make sure yours are met first. Do you end up grabbing fast food on the way home from a long day? Would some meal prep on Sundays help you avoid that? Yes, meal prepping is a pain, but so is continuing to eat crap when you really want to add more healthy choices. So is having going to the store to buy pants in the next size up. Life is always going to be a pain. Just make sure you're choosing the right way to endure that pain. Does that make sense? I'd rather endure the pain of a workout than the pain of having to buy a new wardrobe. Persistence is one of the hardest things to keep up. There will be times when you feel like you are running in circles, but if you give up, you will never get to your goal. You have to keep at it, no matter how long it takes. If you think 5 years is too long to reach a goal, think about how you will feel in 5 years if you still haven't reached that goal and aren't even working toward it anymore, because I guarantee the time is going to pass regardless of what you're doing with it. It truly doesn't matter how long it takes. If it's important to you, keep at it. You have this one life. You want to live it right. Oh, it is Football Thursday. Chiefs, Texans. Who else is watching? Let me know. And I want you to go on out there and be your badass football watching self. You know I'm cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Happy I Wish It Were Cocktail Friday, Thursday.